Hey everybody, this is Kevin here with Imagination Hobbies. I got kind of a different thing for you today. We got a Lego build. So a lot of these orcs came out in the new, I think, Series 24 minifigures. Could be 25, I'm not sure. And then there's a couple goblins in here from Series 13. And there's some other bodies in there. There are chima crocs or chima crocodile bodies or something. So I'm gonna do like a little Lego build, little army build for you guys. So I have like all my little parts there. I got some of the new orc capes, and they're really big. So I actually cut a couple of them down to be slimmer, and so they're not all identical as well. So they're all a little unique. I'm gonna use one of the bigger ones for like the leader, and I was just gonna build some of these orcs, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to just do it on camera, I guess. So I'm gonna scoot all this stuff to the side. You see the three little bins I had. I had some bodies. I got some heads and other stuff here, and some of those heads are probably not going to be used, but they're all the right color. So, and then got some helmets, some full face helmets and stuff, so I can use some different heads that might necessarily not be the actual orc heads, but it won't matter because they're helmeted. I just need them to be that olive green color. So I guess we'll just start building. I'm gonna move one of these off to the side and see if I can get my hands in here. So I got these different bodies, and this is the Series 24. I believe it's 24. I'm just gonna say 24. If it's 25, my bad. But this is a Series 24 orc minifig body, and then as far as the feet, this I believe those are the feet that come with it. Now this is a chima, kind of like a lizard man crocodile body, but to me, I mean, it just looks like abs and cross straps, and it looks very orky to me. So they come with dark green hands. So what I did is actually just like popped out the dark green hands that they come with. I'll just show you one for like reference. And then I bought some extra olive hands, so I just replaced them. And then here is the legs for that goes with that body. But I mean, you really look at these two, and they're basically identical. There's just some cross hatching on the thighs, and there's a little bit more going on with like the loincloth on the left side. But I mean, I think they're perfect to mix and match and give some diversity if you're army building this. So I picked up like 4 of those or something like that, and so I'll just get to building here. First thing I want to do is actually mix it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chima legs and put it on the orc top, and then I'm going to take the orc legs and put it on the chima top, just to create some diversity. Now I have these goblin bodies from the Series 13. I'll probably just leave them as is, since they actually have clothing on the legs and the torso. And then let's see, what other combinations can we make? We have this chima body. This is the other type, and it has orange instead of blue, and it's a little bit different. So I'll take one of the regular orc legs and put it on that chima body. I'm going to take, I believe I have another orange. Yeah, so I have another orange one. And I'm going to take that orange one and give it some chima legs. So these will all be like almost unique. So let's see, let's take a blue. Let's see, how many do I have of each? Yeah, for diversity's sake, I'm gonna actually do a orc with the blue again. So I can do a chima leg with the orc, torso. And then I got 2 left. What are they? Let's see. So we got 1 chima, 1 regular. Okay, cool. So we have a regular orc build, which we should have at least 1 regular orc build. And then we have a chima orc torso. And looking at the chima legs, they're all kind of supposed to be the same. Oh, they're not the same. That's kind of cool. This chima leg has a wider loincloth kind of thing going on. But that is the only one. So that maybe that was a leader or a different sculpt or something like that. So yeah, so let's do this. Let's swap these two just for the sake of it. And then, yeah, I think that looks all right. And so these are going to be the orc bodies in the end. We're done talking about chima, I guess. So these are going to be the orc bodies. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orcs and 2 goblins. Let me see how many actual like orc and goblin heads I have. Now I have these that can go under the mask. So they're not, I don't know, they're not technically orcs. They're like aliens from Star Wars or something, but they're the correct olive green color. So I'll put all those aside. So we got those alien heads. That's an alien head. We got orc head. Orc head. We got a goblin head. You can kind of see how it's just a little bit different than the orc head. The goblin's on the far left. Got a bunch of chima heads, but I'm gonna avoid using those for now unless we absolutely have to. We got another goblin head, and the goblin heads are, in my opinion, pretty much interchangeable with like the orc heads, because when you use these orc heads, they kind of have a jaw that covers up the mouth anyway. So you just get more yellow or orangey eyes on the goblin head versus straight yellow with the orc head. So what I want to do is, since that one looks like maybe the most sinister, maybe I'll make him the leader. And so what we got to do first, if we're going to build the leader out, got to get the capes. And I kind of was thinking about this, and I want to do like a 2-tone kind of cape for the leader, where you have like the black on the outside and the red on the inside, and then when you look at the back of it, you can see the red through the holes. And the leader's going to have like a bigger cape. And I think the leader should have like a really cool helmet that stands out. I have this like old Mega Block helmet that I might use because it fits over the actual orc jaw. Most helmets you can't use if you use the orc jaw piece, and this is the orc jaw piece I'm talking about. It, the head just goes like right in there, and it covers the mouth. So I think I want him to have the orc jaw. I want him to have that helmet, and then I want him to have some armor. Now this particular armor is I believe Brick Arms or Brick Warrior. It's probably Brick Warrior is the company. Now I have like some regular Lego armors in here too, but I wanted to use Brick Warrior for these pig-faced helmets, because I don't know, you have like classic pig-faced orcs if you know anything about like D&D or Warhammer or whatever. And like, I know this is Lego, but I kind of want to carry that over. I know in Lord of the Rings some of the goblins use these types of helmets, but I don't know, I like that kind of look, and it covers the face a lot, which we might need, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 orc heads that we can put jaws on. The rest have to be covered because to me, I don't know, just to me it's like I'd rather not look at that. But we have plenty of helmets and some other bits and bobs. So let me start making this leader. Which body do I want to use? Let's see, the leader's probably a little more, I don't know, it's probably a little higher class than the rest of them. So I might use one of these covered bodies and then just avoid the goblins altogether and just go orcs only. Could do that since I'm using one of the goblin heads already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would give me 10 orcs. That's kind of cool. That's like a good size party of orcs, I guess. Or we can go 8 orcs and a goblin. Maybe we do 8 orcs and a goblin. I'm so torn. Let's go 8 orcs and 2 8 orcs and 2 goblins. And then let's pick the leader torso. I'm thinking this one. Because I'd like to cover up the cross hatching on the backs of the chima bodies if I can. Whereas like the regular orcs ones, they have like defined muscles, but not necessarily like cross hatchings to make it look like scales, I guess. But really, it's not really like noticeable once you put everything on. So yeah, so this armor is going to cover up a lot of it. And then I'm going to take, wonder if I can rearrange this so I can give you a better angle with the camera. Let's see. One moment. Okay. All right. So if it's a little bumpy or jumps around a little bit, I'm sorry. I'm just working really close to the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this black cape and I'm going to put on first. Wait, first? No. Red cape goes on first because I need to be able to see the red through the black. So I will do that. Get it kind of lined up so it's straight. Alright, so that's kind of straight. And then I'll take the next one and I'll overlap it. If you've ever put 2 capes on at the same time, you'll know the struggle I'm kind of going through right now. So this is the hard part. It's downhill from here. I mean, it's uphill from here. I don't know what you'd say. It all gets better from here. So I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. Alright, cool. So I got that pretty centered now. And then I'm going to take the orc jaw, push it down. And then I think I'm going to take the goblin head that has like a, sorry, just adjusting the little backdrop. I'm going to take the goblin head that has like a little more devious eyes to it. And then I'm going to try to line it up and then just push it straight down. Cool. So now we got like, you know, his head all situated. Any last minute adjustments or whatever. Because you got the cape here. So you want to like adjust it a little bit. And then now you can see like the red through the black cape, which is kind of cool. That black cape, honestly, I can't remember where that black cape came from. But I thought it was pretty cool. And so now we got, you know, the leader body, and then let's pop his little, I don't know, Viking hat on. You can really do whatever you want here. I'm just going to use this piece because I have it and it fits with that jaw. You can't really put a lot of helmets over this jaw piece. And then we'll give him a couple weapons. So digging in my box of weapons here. Oh, I need to give him a shield. And then I think I'm going to give him the special sword that I have. Now I have these orc swords, and I'll be using these for most of them. But I kind of have a special sword for the leader. So let's go ahead and pop that on here. It's like a cool wavy sword. And then let's give him a shield. Cool. So this guy will be the Orc King or whatever. I got a few horses made up here. And so I'm going to give him this horse. Just adjusting things. Oh no. Let's pop that back on. Alright, cool. So we got the leader. It's hard to get it perfect on camera here, but that'll be like our orc warband leader or king. He's got like a hunk of meat here if you want to just chow down on it mid-battle. That guy's pretty cool. And so we'll set him aside here in the background. He'll probably fall over while we're doing this, but whatever. Cool. So let's just make up, what I'll do here is I'm just going to I'm sure you don't want to watch this whole thing. So I'm going to pause this, and when I return, I'm going to come back and have several of these made, and then we'll check them out. We're going to be using like a lot of these parts that I have here. Some of the capes. I cut some of the capes down a little bit more, and we'll see how they turn out. I will be right back. Alright guys, we are back. Got the whole warband built and set up now. I found this guy. This guy is a different orc from... Actually, it's not a orc. I think it's a Ninjago thing. But it's basically an orc. And I flipped his armor around to kind of cover his face a little bit, since he doesn't have one of the jaws like the rest of them. And so, as you can see, I actually didn't go with any goblins. I went with just an orc in clothes with armor. So, we kind of went that route. I didn't go for any of the goblins because I just didn't feel like I had enough heads to represent like enough orcs that I wanted to represent. I would have wound up with like so many helmets, and I don't know. I just like this look better. And so I'll show you how I kind of got it set up. So I have, let's see if I can reorganize this a little bit. So I have several different things going on. So I have like the leader guy, right? And then he's got like the Viking helmet. And then I figure this is like maybe the prince dude, or like the number one in command with them. And they're a little more fancy. They don't need like the full helmeted or the armored helmet, because they don't get as much in as many fights. Then we got like the standard bearer guy, who's just like, maybe he's just like the elite dude, and maybe that's why he looks a little different. And then I have 1, 2, 3 archers. And I'll move this so you can see them. So this archer's got like a little dagger with them. This one's got the bow with like a torch. This one over here's got a bow and a torch. Just because they had hands free, I wanted to like use some torches, and so I gave them those. You know, orcs are always setting things on fire and raiding and stuff, so I thought it would be like interesting to have that along. Now those torches come from Brick Warrior, I believe, and the little flames are Lego. But I thought those were like a cool little accessory, and all these helmets are Brick Warrior, and most of the armor pieces are actually made by Lego, with the exception of the leader. And then he's got like this wavy sword too. I don't know if I can show you. I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, he's got like a wavy sword, so he's pretty cool. I don't mind using like Lego helmets at all. I would, prefer to use Lego helmets on these two, but these are actually Mega Block helmets from when I had them as a kid, and I thought they were kind of fitting, and they fit on the actual head with the jaw, so I'm using those for now. But that's how the warband turned out. I got a bunch of armored dudes on foot. They all got a bunch of shields. The only people who don't have shields are the bowmen. And I tried to diversify it a little bit. You can do some other things like, just have this little flip around that little thing, make it look a little different. I tried to not make them all holding the shields on the same side. So like some are left-handed, some are right-handed. I guess I could do that with the riders too. I probably switch his shield to the other side because he has more armor on this shoulder. So I don't know if you know anything about like, armor and shields and stuff, but like if you have an armored shoulder, you're supposed to be using the shield on the other side, I would think, right? Because the armor on your shoulder is for your weapon hand while you're swinging it, so you don't get caught with your shoulder down. But I'm no medieval expert. I just like Lego Castle and medieval stuff in general. But yeah, so let me know what you think of these. I know it's kind of a long video. Hopefully you found this cool. Like, for this I just used like the twig, some like metal piece, and like a couple horns from Lego. You can use like horned Viking helmets from Lego, but then you won't be able to put the jaw on it. So like I really wanted to try to find a happy medium. These little ponytail things are pretty cool. These work out good for the top. That's how the collector series or the minifigure series was intended. And I just wanted to armor them up a little bit more, so I give some of them that like really dark gray, dark metal shoulder armor, which matches the helmets. It makes them look a little more menacing. I give them the black horses with the red saddles because it kind of ties into like their little color scheme. And so these guys' color scheme is like the black and red, and then you have like, your olive green skin and stuff. But let me know how you think it turned out. I'd be cool to add like a couple goblins back in, but I'd have to buy those separate. And so for right now, I'll just leave it as like an orc warband. But this is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies, signing off, and have a good day.